Law of Attraction versus Karma. Which one truly shapes your destiny? Part 1. In the world of self-improvement and spirituality, these two powerful concepts often seem to be in conversation and sometimes in conflict. On one hand, you have the Law of Attraction, a phenomenon popularized in books like The Secret, which tells us that our thoughts and feelings create our reality, that if we can just visualize and feel what we want with enough clarity and passion, the universe will deliver it to our doorstep. On the other hand, you have the ancient law of karma, a cornerstone of Eastern philosophy, which suggests that our destiny is forged not just by our thoughts, but by the moral quality of our actions. Many of us have tried to live by the law of attraction. We've made the vision boards, recited the affirmations, tried to vibrate at the frequency of our desires. Sometimes it seems to work like magic, but other times we're left feeling frustrated, disappointed, or even guilty. Why isn't it working for me? Am I doing it wrong? Do I not want it badly enough? This can lead to a feeling that the universe is arbitrary, or that we are somehow failing a cosmic test. This series is a deep dive into this very confusion. We will explore both of these powerful laws with an open and discerning mind. We will honor the power of the law of attraction, but also uncover its critical limitations. We will then journey into the profound wisdom of karma, not as a system of punishment, but as a deep, reliable, and compassionate law of cause and effect. Our goal is not to declare a winner, but to synthesize these ideas into a wiser, more effective, and more holistic path to creating a life of genuine purpose and fulfillment. Let's begin by giving the law of attraction a fair and clear examination. At its core, it is the principle that like attracts like. It proposes that your thoughts and feelings emit a vibrational frequency, and that this frequency attracts people, opportunities, and circumstances of a similar vibration back to you. If you consistently cultivate feelings of abundance, joy, and love, you will attract more of those experiences into your life. Conversely, if you focus on lack, fear, and negativity, you will attract more of the same. The process is often called manifestation, the art of bringing something from the realm of thought into the realm of physical reality. There's no denying that this can be a powerful psychological tool. When you apply the principles of the law of attraction, you are doing several important things. First, you are clarifying your goals with incredible precision. Creating a vision board or writing affirmations forces you to decide what you truly want. Second, you are generating motivation. Focusing on a desired outcome creates the emotional fuel to pursue it. And third, you are priming your own brain to see opportunities. Our brains have a network called the reticular activating system, which acts like a filter for information. When you decide something is important, like a specific type of car you want to buy, your brain starts seeing that car everywhere. Similarly, when you focus intently on a goal, you start to notice resources, people, and pathways that were invisible to you before. In this sense, the law of attraction works. It is a powerful method for focusing your psychological energy and directing your attention. It sets the stage for change. However, if we rely on it as a complete model of how reality works, we run into some serious pitfalls. The first and most significant limitation is that it can vastly overemphasize the power of thought while downplaying the necessity of action. You can visualize yourself crossing the finish line of a marathon with perfect clarity for years. But if you don't actually put on your shoes and train, you will never get there. Thought is the architect's blueprint, but skillful action is the construction crew that actually builds the house. The law of attraction is often presented as if the blueprint alone is enough to make the house appear. The second pitfall is that a simplistic view of the law of attraction can lead to a lack of compassion and a culture of victim blaming. If someone is struggling with poverty, illness, or systemic injustice, this model can imply that they are somehow responsible for attracting their own misfortune through their negative thoughts. This is not only cruel, it ignores the vast web of complex causes and conditions, social, economic, genetic, and historical, that shape our lives. Finally, the law of attraction can foster a narcissistic worldview. It places me and my desires at the center of the universe, which is seen as a kind of cosmic catalog for fulfilling my personal wishes. It doesn't have much to say about ethics, or about how my desires might impact others. What happens when two people are trying to manifest the same job? The law of attraction doesn't provide a very satisfying answer, because it's based on an incomplete map of reality. So, if you've ever felt frustrated or disappointed with the law of attraction, it's likely not because you were doing it wrong. It's because you were working with an incomplete formula. Focusing your mind is an essential first step, a powerful way to set your intention. But it is only the first step. This leads us to a simple but profound practice to make it more effective. Continue to use your affirmations and visualizations. They are valuable, but add one more question to your daily practice. After you've spent time focusing on your vision, ask yourself, what is one concrete, skillful action I can take today that will move me one single inch closer to this vision? This question honors the power of your mind, but marries it to the real-world power of your actions. It begins to bridge the gap between just wanting something and actively creating it. In summary, the law of attraction is a potent psychological principle for clarifying our goals and focusing our mental energy. Its techniques can help us prime our minds for success and opportunity. But on its own, it's an incomplete map. It minimizes the role of action and ignores the complex, interconnected web of reality. It tells us what to focus on, but it doesn't give us a deep framework for how to act in the world. To find that framework, we must turn to a much older, deeper law. A law that is less about what we can get from the universe and more about what we contribute to it. This is the law of karma, and exploring its true meaning is where our journey will take us next. What has been your experience with the law of attraction? Share your thoughts and stories in the comments below. If this discussion has resonated with you, please like this video and subscribe to Buddhism Wisdom, Spirituality to continue the exploration. Part 2. In our first part, we explored the law of attraction, its psychological power, and its profound limitations. We saw that while focusing the mind is a crucial first step, it is an incomplete formula for shaping our lives. It's like having a powerful engine without a steering wheel or a map. It lacks a framework for skillful action and an understanding of cause and effect. This is where we now turn to the ancient and often misunderstood law of karma. If the law of attraction is about getting what you want, karma is about understanding the results of what you do. To truly understand this law, we must first clear away some common misconceptions. For many in the West, Karma is seen as a synonym for fate, or a kind of cosmic revenge system where the universe punishes you for bad deeds. This is not the Buddhist understanding. The Sanskrit word karma, or kama in the Pali language, literally means action or deed. That's it. The law of karma is simply the law of cause and effect as it applies to our actions. It is as impersonal and reliable as the law of gravity. It is not a judgment. It is a natural law. But what kind of action creates karma? This is the most important point. The Buddha clarified this when he said, "It is intention, I tell you, that is karma." The energy of the action, the seed that is planted, is determined by the intention or volition behind it. An accidental act does not carry the same karmic weight as a deliberate one. It is the quality of our will, our conscious choice, that sets a powerful chain of causation in motion. Buddhist thought categorizes these intentions into two broad types: unskillful and skillful. Unskillful, akusala actions are those rooted in what are called the three poisons: greed, hatred, and delusion. These actions, because they are born from a contracted negative state of mind, naturally lead to suffering and unhappy results for ourselves and others. Skillful kusala actions are those rooted in their opposites: generosity, loving kindness, and wisdom. These actions, because they are born from an expansive, positive state of mind, naturally lead to happiness and beneficial results. Perhaps the best metaphor for karma is that of gardening. Your mind is the garden. Every intention you form is a seed you plant. Every action you take, every word you speak, every deed you perform is the act of watering that seed. The life you experience, your destiny, is simply the harvest that grows from the seeds you have planted and nurtured. You cannot plant a thistle seed, an intention of malice, and, through sheer force of visualization, expect a rose to grow. You will harvest what you have sown. The law of karma tells us that to change the harvest, we must change the seeds we are planting. Now we can see the profound difference between the law of attraction and the law of karma. The law of attraction's primary focus is on the outcome. Its driving question is, what do I want to get? The law of karma's primary focus is on the cause. Its driving question is, what is the quality of the action I am doing? This leads to a radically different understanding of control. The law of attraction often implies that you can control the universe with the power of your mind, that you can bend reality to your will. This can create immense pressure and anxiety. The wisdom of karma is far more empowering and liberating. It suggests that you cannot control the outcomes directly. You cannot control the weather, the economy, or how other people act. The only thing you can truly control is the quality of your own intentions and actions in this present moment. You focus on planting good seeds, and then you trust that the law of cause and effect will take care of the harvest. You do your part, and you let the universe do its part. Furthermore, the law of attraction is essentially ethically neutral. It's a technique that can be used to manifest anything, whether it's helpful or harmful. Karma, on the other hand, is inherently ethical. The moral quality of the cause is inseparable from the quality of the effect. An act of kindness, by its very nature, plants a seed for happiness. An act of cruelty, by its very nature, plants a seed for suffering. Ethics are not an external set of rules imposed upon us. They are woven into the very fabric of reality. So, what does living from the perspective of karma mean for you in your daily life? It means shifting your entire focus. Instead of obsessing over what you want to get from life, you start focusing on who you want to be in life. Instead of asking, how can I attract my destiny? You start to understand that your destiny is not something you attract. It is something you create, moment by moment, with every choice you make. This is the ultimate creative power. You are the gardener of your own life. This leads us to a simple yet profound practice: the intention check. Throughout your day, especially before you are about to act or speak, take just one conscious breath. And in that breath, ask yourself, what is my true intention here? Is it to help, to connect, to create value, to understand? Or is my intention to dominate, to get my way, to prove I'm right, to feed my ego? You don't need to judge the answer. Just seeing the intention clearly is the practice. By doing this, you begin to consciously choose which seeds you want to plant in the garden of your mind and your world. As we've explored, the law of karma is not a mystical system of reward and punishment. It is a deep, natural law of ethical cause and effect, centered on the power of our own intentions. It shifts our focus from trying to control outcomes to taking responsibility for our actions. It moves us from a self-centered model of getting what we want to an interconnected model of creating value through what we do. It provides the steering wheel and the map that the law of attraction was missing. But this doesn't mean we have to throw away the powerful mind-focusing techniques of the law of attraction. So the question becomes, how do we integrate these two powerful laws? How can we use the clarity of focused thought within the wise and ethical framework of karma? That is the synthesis we will explore in our final part, as we lay out a practical path to consciously and skillfully shaping your destiny. How does this view of karma as gardening change your perspective? Let us know in the comments. If you found this exploration valuable, please like the video and subscribe to Buddhism Wisdom, Spirituality, for more deep dives into ancient wisdom for modern times. Part 3. Welcome back. In our journey so far, we have explored two powerful laws that claim to shape our destiny. We've seen that the law of attraction is a potent psychological tool for focusing our minds, but it's an incomplete map of reality. We've also delved into the law of karma, understanding it as a deep, ethical principle of cause and effect, centered on our intentions and actions. Now we arrive at the most practical and important part of our exploration. How do we put these two together? How can we create a wise and effective path that honors both the power of our mind and the power of our actions? The answer lies not in choosing one over the other, but in a skillful synthesis. It's about using the techniques of the law of attraction as a tool within the broader, more grounded framework of karma. This integrated approach gives us a mature, holistic, and powerful way to consciously create a life of meaning and purpose. Let's call it the path of wise creation. This path consists of 3 essential steps: vision, action, and release. Step 1 is vision. This is where we harness the power of the law of attraction. But instead of using it to simply manifest personal desires, we use it to clarify our skillful intentions. The question is no longer just, what do I want to get? but what kind of beneficial cause do I want to be in the world? What kind of person do I want to become? Use all the tools. Create a vision board, write affirmations, meditate daily, but focus your vision on karmic qualities. Visualize yourself acting with more patience, with more courage, with more compassion. Affirm that you are a person of integrity and generosity. You are using these powerful techniques not as a magic wand to get things, but as a compass to set the direction of your heart and mind towards what is wholesome and good. Step 2 is action. This is where we ground our vision in the law of karma. A beautiful vision without action is just a daydream. Once your skillful intention is clear, you must back it up with skillful deeds. Karma teaches us that destiny is forged in the small choices of our daily lives. If your vision is to be more compassionate, your action is to listen patiently to a friend, even when you're busy. If your vision is to be more generous, your action is to leave a kind comment for a creator online or to share your knowledge with a colleague. This is the work. It is the consistent, sometimes difficult process of watering the seeds you clarified in your vision. This step provides the realism and effort that the law of attraction often overlooks. Step 3 is release. This is perhaps the most advanced and liberating step, and it is the antidote to the anxiety that both low A and a misunderstood view of karma can create. After you have set your skillful vision and taken your skillful action, you must consciously release your attachment to a specific outcome. You have planted the best seeds you could, and you have watered them with your best efforts. Now, you must trust the natural law of karma to take care of the harvest. The results will come, but they will come in their own time and in their own way, according to a web of causes and conditions far too complex for us to control. This step frees you from the stress of trying to manage the universe and allows you to find peace in the process itself, knowing you have done your part. This 3-step model of vision, action, and release is a far more robust and resilient path to shaping your life. It honors the mind's power to set a course, but it grounds that power in the reality of concrete action and ethical intention. It avoids the pitfalls of both systems in isolation. It prevents the passive fantasy of armchair manifesting from the law of attraction, and it avoids the potential for rigid anxiety that can come from obsessively trying to control karmic outcomes. This integrated path redefines destiny. Destiny is no longer a pre-written fate, nor is it a prize you win with positive thinking. Destiny becomes an active, creative process. It is the beautiful tapestry that you are weaving, moment by moment, with the threads of your skillful vision, your wise actions, and your peaceful release. You are not attracting a destiny. You are living it into existence. To make this real, let's turn it into a simple weekly practice. On Sunday, take 15 minutes for vision. Sit quietly and ask, what is one skillful quality I want to cultivate this week? Patience? Focus? Generosity? Visualize what it would feel and look like to embody that quality in your interactions. From Monday to Friday, focus on action. Each morning, identify 1 or 2 small concrete opportunities during the day to practice your chosen quality. Write them down. At the end of the day, check in with yourself. How did it go? No judgment, just observation. Then, on Saturday, practice release. Take a few moments to reflect on your efforts for the week. Acknowledge where you succeeded and where you stumbled. and then, with a conscious breath, let it go. Trust that the seeds have been planted. Release the need to see an immediate result. Find rest and peace in your efforts, not in the outcome. So, we return to our question. The law of attraction versus karma. Which one shapes your destiny? The answer is both, and neither. The techniques of the law of attraction can help us clarify our vision, but the deep, reliable law of karma guides our actions. The wisest path lies in their synthesis. We must use our minds to envision the good, and then use our hands and hearts to bring that good into the world. One skillful action at a time. Stop trying to simply attract the life you want. Start actively creating it. For in the end, the universe doesn't just give you what you want. It reflects back to you what you are, through the energy of your intentions and the quality of your deeds. Be the cause of the beautiful effects you wish to see in your life and in the world. Your true destiny awaits, not in some distant future you hope to attract, but in the integrity and wisdom of the choice you make right now. What are your thoughts on integrating these two powerful laws? Share your insights in the comments below. If this deep dive has provided you with a new, more powerful framework, please show your support by liking this video and subscribing to Buddhism Wisdom, Spirituality. Thank you for joining us on this path of wise creation.